In the Back of the Book segment tonight, while most of America will be celebrating Thanksgiving with their families and friends tomorrow, the Seattle School District says not so fast. In a memo sent to teachers, the school board says the holiday is not a happy time for everyone, that to Native American students it's actually a time of mourning. Joining us now from Seattle, RedWolf Pope, the Communications Director for the United Indians of All Tribes Foundation. All right, Mr. Pope, do you have a problem with the way that we celebrate Thanksgiving?
No, I don't have a problem with it. I think, if anything, maybe we should broaden the scope of Thanksgiving and really kind of help people understand more about the meaning of the holiday, if anything at all.
The Seattle School District put this, they wouldn't talk to us, by the way, and, you know, I mean, this is one of the craziest things I've heard. Here's what they say, myth number 11. That myth is Thanksgiving is a happy time. Fact, for many Indian people, Thanksgiving is a time of mourning, of remembering how a gift of generosity was rewarded by theft of land and seed corn, extermination of many from disease and gun, and near total destruction of many more from forced assimilation. And that Thanksgiving is a bitter reminder of 500 years of betrayal returned for friendship. I mean, where's the Seattle school, where's the school system coming up with this stuff? You don't feel this way, do you?
I think where this is coming from is that they're just trying to let the teachers know that there are a lot of Native people that were forcibly separated from their traditions. I mean, we all know of the melting pot theory, and a lot of Natives got melted into that pot. And some of them are trying to come back to their traditions, and when they're relearning their histories, sometimes there's a lot of emotion brought up.
You know,
and I don't think...
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Pope, sorry.
I don't think they were telling the teachers to say across the board Thanksgiving is a negative thing, because I personally don't think it is. I think people need to give more thanks for things. That's the whole premise of Native spirituality.
I mean, the whole deal was you had a harvest, right? The Pilgrims invited the Indians. They had a celebration for 3 days, and then the Indians went out, killed 5 deer, and gave it to the governor. But no, that's not what the Seattle School District's saying. They're saying, you know, are you going to mourn tomorrow on Thanksgiving? Do you know anybody mourning tomorrow? I can't imagine it.
Well, see, I think the thing is, what they're trying to get is for the teachers to recognize if one of their Native students is having a hard time, where that might be coming from. Because not all Native people are the same, just like some black students may have a big issue when the topic of the cotton gin being invented comes up. Many of us would say the cotton gin was a great invention, but it increased the use of slavery. And so black students that are aware of that might be upset. And so Native students that get upset saying, okay, well, here we taught the Pilgrims how to farm. They had the great harvest
we're only
festival.
Talking about, but we're celebrating here, Mr. Pope. We're celebrating here the fact that the Native Americans, the Indians, and the Pilgrims came together and they gave thanks, right? And, you know, I've got kids in the 2nd grade that study Thanksgiving, and they learn, you know, about Squanto, and they learn, you know, the Pilgrims, and it's such a beautiful story. And we sit around the table and we say, you know, thank God for what we have. I mean, I don't understand why any school district would want to money, but you know what it is? It's an attack on American customs. Now, as a Native American, you have customs that are dear to you. I respect them. I mean, at least the Seattle School District ought to respect the customs that we have as Americans, don't you think?
Well, I agree that, you know, Natives, we were probably the nation's first conservatives, because conservatives are about preserving traditional values. We've always tried to preserve those traditional values. And because of the preservation of those values, one of those is giving thanks for everything. When I grew up, we gave thanks every morning. Every morning was Sunday. We would pray every morning to the dawn. Every harvest, there's a Thanksgiving, and we give thanks for what the Creator has provided.
All right, Mr. Pope, we're out of time here, but look, I appreciate that, and I like that statement. I agree with it, and I hope my family does the same thing you do. Maybe you ought to talk to those people to Seattle schools and straighten them out.
Well, I think we just all need to come together. Like, we all have our stories to tell.
Mr. Pope, thanks. And that's it for us today. Folks, The Factor continues 24/7 on BillO'Reilly.com. Hannon and Combs is next with Robert Novak. I'm John Kasich in for Bill O'Reilly, and I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And remember, the spin stops here because we're looking out for you. Good night, folks.